What is good, everybody? Welcome back to another My Damn Toys video. Today we are back with our annual massive box full of horror action figures. We got some great stuff this year. Very excited for this. We get into it every single year and I always enjoy it. It's always just one of my favorite videos that we do every year. I love Halloween. I love horror. I love the genre. You're mixing two of my favorite mediums, horror and action figures together. You get some great stuff, and today we are going to dive into the massive box, man. We got some good additions here this year and I'm excited, man. So just sit back, relax, enjoy the figures, and let's dive into what we got this year, man. Let's start things off with a newer figure that I don't think we've seen here on the channel before. It is going to be none other, missing her top right here, or her hood. We have none other than Valak from the Nun or the Conjuring franchise, of course, but very nice figure right here. I don't think this is a NECA figure. NECA may have made one, but I don't think this is a NECA figure. I do believe it's one of the cloth ones, or it may actually be NECA. I'm not sure, but legs are very, very weird. Actually, look how skinny, and I gotta be honest with you, this figure doesn't stand very well. It's honestly kind of trash in that way, but it looks really good. Like, let's get into the face right here. Really good face sculpt, and you get two interchangeable heads. It's very nice. I like this figure a lot, and very creepy. You know, my brother used to have the painting up in his room. Used to freak the hell out of me, and I was an adult at this time. It still scared the shit out of me. But Valak is looking good. I think she is going to participate in the MDT Tournament of the Damned, which is our horror action figure match tournament. So stay tuned for that if you guys are interested in that. I do believe she's competing this year. Next up, guys, we do have our Holiday Fiend figure from the Misfits. Now, if anything, I'm just going to call this the Crimson Ghost, you know, kind of giving me those vibes, but very cool paint detail right here on the face, as you guys can see, and he does have the removable Santa hat, which I think is awesome. I do believe the same company that made this figure made the Nun figure, if I'm not mistaken. I could be wrong about that, but articulation, you know, these are kind of just for your display pieces. You're not going to get a ton of articulation. They have very weird legs, but the cloth goods on here are nice. The Santa hat's nice. It's just one of those weird figures, but it's a cool piece. I like it, and it's a good addition here this year. Now, this right here, this mini box right here that you guys are going to notice, in this little mini box right here, we have a bunch of horror icons. I do want to get into this. Now, this right here is last year's MDT Tournament of the Damned Horror Championship Series. This is our full tournament, I do believe, in which Jason Voorhees did bring home the gold. Actually, just hold on one sec. Now, this right here is last year's winner. If you guys can see this, this is the first iteration of the MDT Horror Championship. Kind of like a take on the hardcore title, but it says horror instead, and it's got blood all over it, which I thought was really nice. But then last year, I redesigned it, and I took the Fiend Championship and painted up this right here and made a new horror championship, and Jason Voorhees won the whole thing. This part 7 by NECA, very beautiful figure right here. I love this figure. This part 7 Jason ended up winning the tournament last year, defeating Michael Myers in the finals. Now, I am going to do a video detailing the full tournament again. I don't think we're going to have the same participants. We're going to have a new tournament. We're going to have new participants. Should be a very fun tournament, but Jason will be back in the tournament trying to defend his championship, and it should be really fun. But Jason was our champion last year, and he looks like a beast. I got to show you the trophy as well. Here was the trophy last year. You see, it's just like a regular wrestling championship, and then I put the machete on there with the head going through, and we do have all this blood and gore going on right here. Very sweet trophy, and Jason Voorhees brought this home last year. So, may make a new trophy. Should I make a new trophy? I feel like I should. We'll see about that, but Jason was the champion last year. Let's get into last year's participants. Last year, we did have Scream right here. We have Ghostface. Very cool. I like this figure a lot as well. Cloth goods are nice. This one was actually made by NECA, so it feels really nice. NECA figures don't stand the best, but this is a really great piece. It's beautiful. The cloth goods are nice, and I like it. I think it does a great job, and you get a lot of great interchangeable parts with it. It's a good piece. I like this Ghostface NECA figure. Next up, we do have Leatherface, and Leatherface, you guys can see, is a blood-soaked mess, and honestly, he's pretty sticky still from last year. Looks like the handle broke off the chainsaw right here, but at least we have the one handle. I don't know, but he's donned in the crimson mask. He's a bloody mess. This is a really good piece as well, but it still doesn't stand the best, but you know, the NECA's all about the details, and they got good details on here, but this Leatherface is a pretty great figure. Next up, we do have Chucky and his bride. Chucky and Tiffany looking really good right here. I love the detail on this head sculpt for Chucky, but this is a great 2-pack. I do believe it was a 2-pack. I think it came with interchangeable arms. It came with all kinds of great accessories, but these are great pieces right here. This is probably my favorite Chucky head sculpt they made, but really good details on these. These are very small too compared to the rest, which is great because they actually scale well. Next up is one of the mini Pennywise figures. Now, you guys will notice his hands are missing and his leg is missing, and if you guys don't know why that is, you need to go watch the action figure match with him and Freddy Krueger, I think it was, from last year's tournament. But this is a very great figure. They've re-released this like 100 million times, you know, so it had interchangeable heads. It had all kinds of different stuff here, but I mean, his body parts everywhere. Great head sculpts. I mean, NECA legitimately released like 5 of them, I'm pretty sure. Right off the cuff, I'm pretty sure it was like 5 different versions, and it may even be more, but those are great figures as well, even though we've gotten it a million times now. We do have a couple Michael Myers figures from the new Halloween. As you guys know, that Halloween Ends is coming this October. The 2 different versions here. One's customized, or one got drilled through by Jason Voorhees in the finals last year. So yeah, we don't leave any stone unturned, man. If we have to destroy figures, we gotta destroy figures, but these Michael Myers look great. Love the details, love the mask. Very cool figures indeed, and I think they do a pretty good job on their Michaels. Next up is Pinhead or Hellraiser. Also a bloody mess. He used to have like all these details on it, but I do think they like fell off or were removed. He had like these claws and hooks all through him, but it is also another cloth goods here. Some nice sculpt detail on the legs and stuff like that, but you do have Pinhead here. We have one of the best Freddy Krueger figures they made. Got the screaming head sculpt, got the hat. I do believe the hat was black, but I lost it somewhere, but this is a pretty nice figure. Again, nice realism to him. I think they're brilliant. We have the OG Pennywise here with the melting face. Very great colors on this guy. Love this figure. This is probably one of my favorite NECA figures they've done. And then we do have a Part 2 Jason, who also has blood detail on his face. Jesus Christ. Or did it come that way? I don't even remember that, but the plaid is nice. The colors are good on it. Very nice Part 2 Jason. Honestly, they need to release a Part 1 Jason in kid form, and they need to do that from NECA. I know they've done it in the past. I do believe they made a cloth figure, but they need to redo that. And then we also have the Valak interchangeable head sculpt there. Jesus Christ. Then outside of that, we do have some weapons, and then we have a machete here, but yeah. Anyways, moving on. Now moving along, man, we do have a Freddy vs. Jason, which was just very goofy. Like, look at this head sculpt. Very goofy looking Jason, to be honest. He had the platform boots on. Pretty nice figure. I mean, it is accurate to the movie. It's just, I don't know. I didn't really care for that look of Jason too much. We also have a Santa sack from our holiday theme. Maybe that'll come into the tournament at one point. We have, I do believe this is a Part 3 Jason. His mask fell off somewhere, but why does he have freaking powder all over him? Or he just looks so damn dusty, man. Looking rough. But I guess it adds to the realism of the character. But these are really nice figures. They have really great articulation and stuff like that. Always enjoy taking these out and posing them around. They actually have a lot more articulation than you would think. We have Big Daddy right here, man. This figure right here is a unit, and I gotta back this up. I do believe this figure is like hundreds of dollars. It moves around great. It has this massive drill on it. It has workable lights, I do believe, and it is just a unit. Great details. If you're a BioShock fan, man, this right here, this is, like, look at me right now. It looks like a baby doll the way I'm holding the legs right here. It is massive, and it's even got the tank on there. Great details. Fantastic stuff. I do believe you can, yeah, look at that. You get all your different modes. Very cool stuff, man. Operational lights, great details, great articulation. Probably the best figure in this box, to be honest with you, but I was never really a BioShock fan. This is actually my brother's figure, so, but I can always appreciate a great figure regardless of if I like the actual property or not, you know what I mean? So this is a great piece. Next up, we have a Part 7 Jason statue. I do believe this was by NECA. He's not holding the machete. Got kind of a rubbery hand there, and he is missing his mask. It's somewhere in the box, I'm sure, but you get 2 points of articulation, but it's a great little statue here. Pretty sure we have this in like 6 different sizes, so that's pretty cool, but Part 7's our favorite look of Jason, so this is great right there. We also have our 2009 Friday the 13th sort of rebirth or remake here. He's got the bag head. I do believe we have a few of these. This is just the bag head version. Pretty unique take on Jason. He's got the machete on the side right there, and it moves around pretty well. Kind of a different take on the character, but, you know, kind of a badass. I don't know why I said it that weird, but next up is Part 6 Jason, and this figure is really nice. He just has the worst loose legs of all time, man. Look at that. Look at that right there. Atrocious, but a great figure, and a lot of people's favorite look of Jason. Not mine personally, but, you know, there's that. We have another Part 7 Jason. This figure is just so nice, man. With the fake chain, you got the mask on there. This is easily the best look of Jason. Just the zombie rotting form. He's got the axe there. NECA did a great job on this, man. What a, love this piece. Which is why we have multiples, you know what I mean? Makes for a great display. Next up, we do have another new addition here. We have Frankenstein man. This figure right here is insane, to be honest. I love the shackles. I love the gray and black and white shading he got going on. Love the details. Great articulation. It's just, it feels really good in the hand, man. He's got his own Jason Voorhees stiletto boots going, but or I guess you could say that Jason has the Frankensteins going on, but this is a great figure. Great figure. I think they nailed the likeness. I think that all the colors are nice. The shackles, man. The shackles are fantastic. What a piece. He could be a competitor this year. Next up, we have Michael Myers from Halloween Part 2, or Halloween 2, and I'm pretty sure his hand, is that broke off? Surely not. Surely it's just interchanged there. I can't remember what the pegs look like. Nonetheless, he got shot in the eye sockets there. Never liked the way that the mask fit in the second movie there. Nothing beats the OG, but it's still a pretty cool figure. I mean, it's very similar to the others, and I'm sure they're not going to be done releasing them. We're probably going to get every version. Next up, we do have another Jason. We got plenty of Jasons, man. We got Part 3s, Part 4s. Got your jeans, got your bleeding down the neck, different face sculpts, great sleeves and details, blood going all over the place. I don't think this mask comes off of his head, unfortunately. It's like his face is glued down, but the straps aren't. What a terrible design. Next up, we have the Crooked Man, looking like Mr. Meeseeks over here. But I love the suit. I like the body detail. Very cool figure nonetheless. Like very skinny. Great details. He's just, I feel like his legs are gonna snap, but look at this guy. Reminds me of a walking stick of something, but a very creepy character. Love the pinstripes. Awesome stuff. We have another Pennywise, and his head is gone. So he's missing an arm and a head. It's somewhere down in there. We'll get into it, I guess, but we have another Pennywise figure. Great colors on that guy again, but he's missing his head. We have our video game version of Leatherface. Just what a weird release, right? You know, they're trying to fit in all the video game eras of each character. We also have Freddy. We have Freddy right here represented, and then we also have Jason down there. One of them is the SDCC exclusive, and one of them is not, but we'll get to those in a moment. But you do have Leatherface here. Very ugly design for a figure, but, you know, they're trying to get that cash grab, trying to get the reprints as much as possible. So you do have that version, and then you also have another Jason here. Next up, we have... Okay, so we have a Part 5 Jason, or Roy. You know, not my favorite movie. I know a lot of people are like, a standalone movie, fine, but not my favorite Friday the 13th. I just can't buy into the thing there, but you do have the Demon Dog there, or Nightmare Dog, whatever you want to call it. Very ugly, but scares the hell out of you. Next up, we do have the worms in the mask here. Very cool interchangeable head sculpt. I thought this was brilliant. It gives you a bit of a different take. Next up, we do have our Bloodbath right here. Jesus, my mind just leaves me now exactly what this is supposed to be again, but hate to see it. Feels like yesterday I was doing this video, and now here I am doing it again, and I remember what it was, and now my mind's gone blank, but very cool. It's kind of a statue piece, but it's very detailed. I wish we got more stuff like this, man. Just the detail on this piece is just crazy. You got all this sculpted detail in the bathtub. Very nice. Next up, we have a giant axe or hatchet, which is pretty cool. It's got some blood stain on there. We have an alien figure. Now, that's one thing. Probably need to get like all the Predators and alien figures and throw them in the box, but this figure is crazy, man. Like, you can open this up, and he even has another mouth that comes out of this mouth. You got to be careful, though. Like, I just hurt myself doing that, but great articulation on here. Tons and tons of details. The colors are very nice. It's just a crazy piece. Like, I think this thing was like 20 bucks. I think I got it on clearance or something like that, and it's just like, for 20 bucks to get this piece with all this detail and all this skeletal design and just the alien head, and it even has the mouth that comes out here. Wish I could get it to come out, but like, look at that right there. Unbelievable. Unbelievable, man. I know they had a ton of fun making this. Next up, we have a severed head lamp. Do believe this goes with that bloody bath. Cannot remember, but there's that. Next up, we have another remake, 2009 Friday the 13th, but he does have his actual hockey mask on this time, so, you know, trying to get all the different looks. You can add to the display if you have, you know, one with the bag, one with the mask, one with